Alright, welcome back to Baka Suri. This is Frank. Today's episode we're going to be looking at gear. I'm going to walk you through all sorts of different types of gear, from tackle boxes to rods, and even into my kayak, which is my foray. So let's get into the episode. The first part that we're going to go over today is tackle boxes. I'm going to walk through a series of them. The first one here we're going to look at is my micro. So with my micro setup, I have lots of different tools that come available with it. We're looking at some pliers right now that you can use to pick up the fish because you obviously don't want to hurt them. You have your leader set up on the sides, which is really helpful. As you can see there, it's a 8-pound test. Sometimes I like to use even smaller. When you get into the basics of it, there's lots of little boxes in there that are really affordable. Talking 100 yen, so it's like 80 cents. You can have your pliers, all your micro hardware, and it's got a specific tip on the plier there, if you can see, to open swivels. That's some fluorescent paint that makes your jigs or even your line glow if you want to do that. And then I also have another small tackle box of some swivels set up. Super handy, super easy to get to, and it's on the go. You can throw this in your car. That's what the whole purpose of these tackle boxes are made up. So this is what the lures that you're using. They're a soft lure type, and as you can see, the tackle boxes, they actually go together. So you can put these into your backpacks or whatever, and as you can see there, you can make them adjustable to however you want to have them. So depending on the size of your lures or your types of colors, your glow, whatever, and they come apart. They're super easy if you want to mix and match, throw it in a backpack, or just throw it in your pocket. You can see there how the lure heads are made to go into the foam. So we're talking lure heads that are anywhere from 1 gram to 3 grams. 3 grams is the maximum that you want to use there. In this setup there, you can see the small paper tabs. That's 3 and 1.5. So I try and set them up like that so I see what I'm looking at, because off the bat, you can't really tell. Got some more actually set up that I've used before. And then here's my micro jigs. Those are no more than 1 gram. Super small. Small little other tackle box that I like to personally throw that into my pocket, or even take that on my kayak so I can try and get some bait fish. Moving on, as you can see, this is a little bigger tackle box. This one I like to use for tuna and mahi-mahi. 60-pound test is my go-to when I'm working with them from shore or from the kayak. Some people like to go heavier. I don't, because it's a little harder to tie your knots. This is a floating jig. You're going to throw that as far as you can, and as you can see from the setup on the side, it's meant that you use it, you throw it in there, and then afterwards you can clean it, or it's your go-to lures there. As we move into the top section, you can see I have another small hardwood set up. Those are obviously a lot bigger, so we're walking about 80 to 100 pound test for those type of hardware. You can see I got multiple jigs and hooks and all sorts of stuff set up out there, just ready to go. Those are my go-tos. Also, extra hooks, anything that I would need. Stereotypically, I'm going to take this box with me when I go on a ship. As you can see there's some more protective plastic for my lures, more jigs. Anything I basically need, I'm going to have ready to go. Some more Rise Japan lures. And then some smaller jigs, because sometimes they're targeting something smaller. I got to be ready. And most importantly, my hooks. So as you can see there, I put stickers on there to separate them by size and also by the hardware. So 6, 7, 8, those are the ones I'm stereotypically going after. That's anywhere from 60 to 120 pounds test. So here is my heaviest one by far. It's a special edition Daiwa. I've got it tricked out. I put some Godzilla stickers on there. So on the side, you can see you can actually put your pole in there. That's an attachment that they have set up. I have my specific leader. That's 20-pound test. It's a lighter pound test because this one is made for Maadai, also known as red snapper, or grouper. So this one is specifically set up for all those types of jig heads. These types of jig heads are called tie rubber. So as you can see there, 150, 120 pound grip or gram lure. Got some stickers to imitate eyes because you're trying to imitate octopus or squid. That is their primary. As you can see, like this lure set up right here, you can add attachments to it to mimic a squid or octopus, and you're going to bounce it off the bottom. You're going to basically drop it to the bottom, reel up, drop it again, reel up, making a V formation. These boxes are extremely cool because I like to separate them by glow, color, or weight. As you can see there, I got some orange, my yellows, some more oranges, glow in the dark, various other types of colors. So there's some more heavy duty glows. Reds and pinks are super popular in spring, and then glow in the dark greens. So as you can see, the basic setup of the weight, you have a flat surface on both sides that kind of mimic eyes. Some are more teardropped like this. As you can see, that would be the front. And you're going to run your line through it and then tie it to these. So in the middle section of my tackle box, I have all my what you would consider skirts for anybody that knows bass fishermen. So once again, I separate them by color and by length. We have all sorts of different setups, glows, reds, oranges, pinks. Reds and whites are my favorite. I kill on these things. As you can see, they're super easy to store away. Boom, put it in your car, you're on the go. And then I have my soft plastics that I can add to it. You saw that in the other lure, the springy part on there. So you're going to be mimicking tentacles with those. Once again, super easy to do. And then you can add those. That's for a different type of jigging. And then we have the mass. We'll talk about mass in a later episode when we talk about conventions. And then you can see also tentacles that glow. Really easy setup. Don't have to read Japanese to understand. Always comes with handy pictures. Next, we're going to be moving into my kayak setup. It is my go-to. So I am a kayak fisherman by heart. I love charters, but kayaks, super cheap, efficient, and I can just jump and go. So let's get to it. My kayak setup as part of this episode. So here I have, this is my kayak. I have two, but this is my main weapon. This is a Viking kayak made in New Zealand. So it's got the stamp. There is Viking kayaks made in other countries, especially here in Japan. I am rocking the ProFish GT. I would like to upgrade to the reload at some point because it cuts through, it's a little faster, but this is great for the type of waters that I deal with out here in Kyushu. So the center console is inside. I'll go through the center console a little bit and then I'll bring it out and I'll show you the complete setup. But so it is roughly, I want to say 13 feet long, weighs about 45 pounds. It's pretty light. I have a cargo area in here. Don't want to lose my paddle. Lots of cargo space. You can throw your rods in there if you really want to, or I've actually put camping gear in there before. Gone out to a little island, had myself some lunch. I put a windlass anchor. As you can hear, it's the whistle that they're starting the crane because I live right next to the sea. But so I use a Swingster Sonic paddle. It's a Japanese brand out here. Really well, super light weight. Right in front of my center console, I have this waterproof container right there with some stuff that's super rusted out because I never use it. The reason I don't use it is literally right under my crotch. It's kind of difficult to use, but I've installed several brackets here that I can quick hook up different items, such as a leash for my paddle, leashes for different stuff, leashes to leash me, and then rod holders everywhere. It's got a large cargo area in the back with lots of drainage ports. Water doesn't come up, water goes out. And then even more leash points. All right, drain in the back, and that's for my flag. And then I can also hook up all sorts of other items here. The unique design about this kayak, I will try and show, is it's got a different lip under it. So you basically have two pontoons on the outside, giving you more stability. So let's go check out the center console. All right, guys, so welcome back. We're inside my house because we're gonna look at the center console of my kayak. So once again, I'm rocking a Viking Pro GT. It was the better choice between some of the Japanese made kayaks and Viking, especially since it is made in New Zealand, and I bought it on base, the military base, because I have access to that. So as you can see here, I have two rod holders in the front. I wanted to throw on some white ones just so it kind of blends in, and I have the leashes actually screwed in. So if I do capsize, my rods stay with me. Just gotta pull them back up. I have this handy dandy pouch here in the front, which I carry my, I'm trying to remember what this is called, but basically I wrap my line breaker. There you go, Baka. I have my line cutter here. I use a windlass electric type. Put your finger in there, you're gonna have lots of fun. And then obviously my multi-tool slash pliers. Really good for pulling stuff out of fish or cutting lines. As you can tell, pretty rusty. I like to grease it up now and then. Not too much though, because I'm not going for anything fabulous. The beauty about this setup is that I take this, I throw it on my kayak, and all my stuff is inside. So inside, I'm gonna break down a little bit, move it over. So this is my jig bag, because I have my heavier setup right now. So I'm rocking my 150 to 200 gram jigs in there, ready to go. I don't like to put too many hooks on them. I just like to have them set up so you can throw a hook onto your line and then just basically change out your jig. Makes it really easy. Pack that up. I have a couple boxes in here. This is my slow pitch setups. Lots of green golds, red golds. Those work really well. And then I have even smaller down in my 60s. This here, I think it's called the Fly, or something like this. This is what I catch most of my kingfish on. Don't know why. It's that special tail it's got on there or what, but they love it. Need to replenish, but I have my hook setups there. My hardware separated by size. Let's see what else I got here. So I got my specialty bag. I'll open that up real quick. So I got my gloves ready to go. I got some eggies in there. Grease. More shock leader, just in case I break off. Set up for squid jigging, some more deep sea squids that are heavier, different color bases, some hand warmers, just in case I get real cold or if I capsize, I can throw those in my crotch, try and keep warm until I come to shore. Lo and behold, if I ever do capsize, I'm just like, hey, I'm coming in, because I don't want to play with that. So I set it up a little bit differently because I saw my friend. He uses an external hard drive or battery that I just basically charge. So I pop that on. I think my battery's dead, but you get the point. It's great to find out that my battery's dead because now I can just walk over here, throw it on charger. So I've literally charged this maybe twice a year. So I'll go out multiple times a month for 6 or 8 hours at a time. You can just come in your house and throw it on the charger. Boom. Just ready to rock. But that is my center console. Super easy, super clean. Makes it very efficient from getting to and from the kayak. All right, guys, so we're back. I've fully loaded up the kayak. I just want to go over some of the key features here. So this is my bag that I use to bring a lot of the gear down. I like to use it because, secondly, I can blow it up, and it's now an inflatable device. I can put it in the front to give me a little more flotation in case I do take on water, which I've never taken on water. I don't expect to take on water, but I'm always prepared. I have a sub pump as well. It's just not here today. This is my flotation vest. So I use Palms, great company. I had a vest before and didn't feel quite as comfortable as I should. So I got this one off of recommendations of one of my friends who's a safety inspector. I like to put, various gadgets in the front, maybe throw my phone in there to get some music if I'm paddling out for a while. I can throw my GoPro on there. I got a whistle. I have a rescue knife, but I keep that somewhere else just because I don't want my toddler grabbing it. Really good. If you can get Palms, please get Palms. So rock 2 rods in the front, like I was saying. You can leash them off. So if you do capsize, I have my anchor. So you throw this out, it's going to catch water and basically slow your roll if you're in some fast moving current, or if the wind is just really rocking you. Center console's in there, it's locked in, so you roll over, it stays part of the kayak, and also it plugs a hole in the center. My paddle leash. I have my fish hook grabber. I don't really use that on bigger game, but that's good. My leash for myself, because I'm old, I have like a styrofoam type pad in there to really help myself out. I put my casting and my heavier jigger on the back. I have 2 hooks in the back. Really good for tuna. Really, really good. Because they fight you to the very end. And then I have a net and a cup. A few of my friends have asked why I take a cup. I can clean off my kayak if I got blood everywhere after bleeding out a fish. Comes in really handy, especially on really hot days. I can just kind of soak myself down, cool myself off, because the heat is pretty unbearable out here during summer. So that's my basic setup. Obviously I'm not in the kayak because I don't want to crush my little stands, but really nice setup. Alright guys, so this is my car setup. I have a K-van, super small K-van. I have my gloves set up. I have multiple things on the back. My straps for my kayaks, extra boxes, my life vest if I go from shore, an extra jacket in case I break down, you name it. Super handy. I made this rack for all my rods and reels so I could set them up. Easy transportation. Got my wetsuit rack, all my eggs. Just wanted to share that tidbit too. Makes it super easy to load up, unload. And then I got the setup on top. Throw my kayak up, my paddle. And we're off. Alright guys, thank you for joining us on this week's episode. I'm going to do a mini episode on rods and reels because I could have literally babbled on for like another 15 minutes about that. Gets very specific here in Japan because they take it very seriously. But honestly, thank you guys for joining us. I hope you learned a few new things. I hope you saw how my setup is. And in next week's episode, we will get on the water. We're going to start having fun. All right, till next time. Later.